Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I am Michael Gobadia. Here are the top stories. Tinubu orders mandatory health insurance for all ministry departments and agencies. Tinubu my reforms to restore Nigerians' global respect. Revenue fit sparks political firestorm as APC and opposition clash over Tinubu's claim. And police redeploy ex-PRO Adejobi as DCP Operations Delta Command. On the foreign scene, Trump pushes a Supreme Court for fast-track ruling on tariffs. And on sport, FIFA clears a Free State Stadium for Nigerian South Africa World Cup clash. Now to the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed all ministries, departments, and agencies to implement compulsory health insurance in line with the National Health Insurance Act 2022. The move is aimed at ensuring universal health coverage for Nigerians and enforcing compliance across government institutions. A statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, confirmed that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation had been instructed to issue a circular making health insurance mandatory for all MDAs. The directive covers 5 key areas, including mandatory enrollment for all government employees under the NHIA plan, compulsory health insurance certificate for companies bidding for contract, and a digital verification platform to check compliance. All MDAs must enroll their employees in the NHIA plans. Entitles participation in public procurement must present valid health insurance certificates as a precondition for engagement. Bayo Onanuga said to the President, with this directive, health insurance is set to become a central requirement for government workers, contractors, and business nationwide, signaling a new phase in the health or Nigerians' healthcare reform drive. Business seeking government licenses, permits, or renewals must now also present valid NHIA health insurance certificate. The President said these will not only ensure accountability, but also guarantee wider access to healthcare for Nigerians. Away from that, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says his administration bold reforms have restored Nigerians' respect in the global arena. The President declared that the economy is now stabilized and drawing international attention. Speaking while receiving the son of Ogbomosho Oba Gidi, Olaoye Orumogege III, and other royal fathers in Abuja, Tinubu compared the economy to a patient that had survived a critical surgery. He said years of neglect, smuggling, fake records, and corruption has undermined Nigerians' financial stability until his administration took decisive action. The President credited prayers, perseverance, and patience of Nigerians for the progress recorded in the last 2 years. With bleeding, or rather, the bleeding has stopped, hemorrhage is gone, the patient is alive with your prayers, patience, and perseverance. I'm glad to tell you today that the economy is stabilized, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Tinubu thanked the visiting monarch for recognizing the bold step his administration took from the onset, insisting that Nigeria is back on track and earning respect across the globe. Tinubu highlighted the creation of Nigerian Education Loan Fund, saying no student will drop out of school due to poverty. He stressed that education remains the greatest weapon against poverty, while also reaffirming his administration's aggressive push on infrastructure. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's announcement that Nigeria has already achieved its 2025 revenue target has sparked sharp political reactions. While the ruling All Progressive Congress hails it as a proof of economic recovery, opposition parties dismiss the claim as empty celebration amid widespread hardship. On Tuesday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told founding members of the defunct Congress for Progressive Change and the Buhari organization that the economy has stabilized, crediting non-oil revenues for the breakthrough. The economy is now predictable. Nobody is trading pieces of paper for foreign exchange anymore, the President said. Through his special advisor, Bayo Onanuga, but the opposition Labour Party, African Democratic Congress, New Nigerian People's Party, and the CUPP strongly disagree, saying citizens continue to endure inflation, unemployment, and record poverty levels. The government may celebrate a rising revenue, but Nigerians are trapped in worsening poverty and insecurity. The figures mean little if they do not translate to relief at the grassroots. The APC insists the reforms are working and will soon bear fruit, but opposition parties argue that the hardship on ordinary Nigerians prove otherwise. Now, for now, Tinubu's revenue claim remains a lightning rod in Nigerians' heated economic and political debate. They accuse the president of governing by statistics while millions face daily hardship triggered by subsidy removal and foreign exchange reforms. Economists also raise doubt pointing to the ongoing borrowing by the Debt Management Office and the central bank, despite claims that government has stopped borrowing locally. The Nigerian Police Force has redeployed its former spokesperson, Olumuyiwa Adejombi, to the Delta State Command as Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations. Adejombi, who until recent served as the first public relations officer, was decorated with his new rank following approval by the Police Service Commission. The force headquarters described the posting as strategic, noting that it places him at the heart of operation in one of Nigeria's most sensitive commands. The redeployment, authorities clarified, was not punitive, but part of routine posting and promotion within the police force. The deployment is a normal directive or procedure. DCP Adejobi's professionalism, commitment, and service excellence made him a natural fit for these crucial operational responsibilities, says the Nigerian Police Force. With this new assignment, Adejobi is expected to bring his wealth of experience to strengthening security operations in Delta State. Now, senior officers say Adejobi's background in communication, operational management, and community policing makes him a natural fit for his new role. They also dismiss media speculations of a controversial removal as false PRO. The Bayelsa State Police Command has launched a manhunt for 4 young women accused of assaulting, cyber-stalking, and attempted murder in Yanagwa. The case has sparked outrage after a viral video of the incident surfaced online. Police spokesperson Musa Mohammed confirmed the investigation followed a petition from 19-year-old Miss Nancy Wilfred, who alleged she was lured, assaulted, and humiliated by her friends under the guise of picking up her clothes. The incident, which occurred on August the 29th, drew condemnation from women's groups, civil society, and public figures, including Dr. Helen Bob, an activist, Very Dark Man, who offered a 2 million naira bounty for information leading to the suspect's arrest. Appropriate measures are ongoing to apprehend the vicious citizens who carried out the callous act on the helpless young lady, says the Bayelsa State Police Command. For now, police continue their manhunt as calls grow louder for justice for Nancy, whose case has become a rallying point against gender-based violence in Bayelsa State. The police commissioner, Aluyime Francis Idu, assured that the culprits will be brought to justice while urging the public to stop circulating the disturbing images, warning that they could further traumatize the victim. Let's go on a break, and when we come back, more news as it concerns business, sports, and more.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
When the lights go out, who do you call? Ticado! Ticado Energy Solutions Limited, your plug for electrical power, surveillance system, and entertainment. From expert electrical installation to efficient eco-friendly solar inverter systems, no matter the size, Ticado delivers smart energy solutions designed for today and tomorrow. We also help you secure your space with our cutting-edge security and surveillance system. Enjoy crystal clear entertainment with our professional DSTV and cable TV installation. Visit Ticado today at Block F4, Suite 41 and 42, HFP East Line Plaza, Abraham Adesanya, Aja, Lagos. Or call 0906 902 5025 or 0815 176 6817. Explore our services at Ticado. Tikado Energy Solutions Limited. Power, protection, peace.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. In Abuja, discharged Nigerian soldiers resumed protests over unpaid entitlement. The ex-servicemen who had earlier suspended their demonstration following assurance from government officials said promises made to them were never fulfilled. The protesters convened on the Ministry of Finance headquarters, accusing the authorities of neglect. They insist that despite assurances from the Ministry of Defense and Finance to settle their dues by August the 10th, nothing has been paid. One of the protests, popularly known as Mama G, told reporters that they were forced back to the streets after previous commitment yielded no result. We are here because the promises made to us were never fulfilled. We had no choice but to return to the street. This time around, the protests will be massive, says Mama G, the ex-soldier. As of the time of filing this report, the Ministry of Defense, the Defense Headquarters, and the Ministry Pension Board are yet to respond to the renewed protests. The ex-soldiers vowed that this phase of their protests will be massive, citing repeated neglect and broken promises over the years. Similar demonstrations have taken place in Abuja and other cities in the past as the group presses for fair treatment. And on the foreign scene, President Donald Trump administration has asked the United States Supreme Court for an expedite ruling to preserve sweeping tariffs that have unsettled global markets. In a filing on Wednesday, Solicitor General John Saar urged the court to speed up the case, saying it was critical to confirm the president's authority to impose tariff under emergency economic powers. The appeal follows a federal circuit ruling that Trump has exceeded his authority, though the judges allowed the tariff to remain in place until mid-October. The expedite resolution of the case to the maximum extent is fixable, given the enormous importance of quickening confirming the full legal standing of the president tariff, U.S. Solicitor General John Saar. The Supreme Court decision could be sweeping implications for billions of dollars already collected and the future of American trade deals with key partners. Since returning to the presidency, Trump has imposed reciprocal tariff on nearly all trading partners with higher duties on the EU, Japan, Canada, China, and Mexico. Move, he said, are necessary to protect U.S. industries and combat drug trafficking. And still on the foreign scene, tension in the Middle East has escalated further as Israel's defense minister has vowed to unleash what he called the 10 biblical plagues of Egypt on Yemen's Houthi rebels. This comes after the Iran-backed group intensifying massive or missile strikes on Israel territory. On Thursday, the Israel military confirmed that a missile fired from Yemen struck outside Israel territory, just a day after 2 incoming missiles were intercepted. The Houthis claim responsibility, saying they attacked Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport. The Houthis have vowed to escalate their campaign in retaliation for the killing of their prime minister and also senior officials in the Israel strike last week. The Houthis are firing missiles at Israel again, a plague of darkness, a plague of firstborn, will complete all 10 plagues. Israel cars, Israel defense minister said. With both sides trading threats and strike, fears are mounting that the conflict could spread even further across the region. Now, since the Gaza war began in October 2023, the rebels have repeatedly launched drones and missile strikes at Israel, claiming solidarity with Palestinians. In response, Israel has struck ports, power stations, and the Sana'a International Airport in Houthis-controlled Yemen. And talking sports, in football, FIFA and CAF has officially approved the Free State Stadium in Bloemfontein, South Africa, to host the highly anticipated World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa. There have been uncertainty over the venue with earlier concerns about the pitch condition. But a joint statement from FIFA and CAF confirmed the stadium has now met the required standard after further inspections. The development means Lesotho will also use the venue on September the 5th for their match, or rather home match, before South Africa welcomes Nigeria on September the 9th in what is seen as a do-or-die encounter. Considering the encouraging progress observed on the pitch, both organizations has agreed that the matches will proceed on original schedule at the Free State Stadium. The Nigerian-South Africa clash promises to be a thriller, with the Super Eagles fighting to revive their qualification dream, while the Bafana aim to tighten their grip at the top of the table. South Africa currently top the qualifying group with 13 points, while Nigeria sits in 4th place with 7 points, needing back-to-back wins against Rwanda and South Africa to keep their World Cup hopes alive. Still talking sports, in South America, Colombia footballer Javi Bolivar has sparked outrage after slapping a female referee, Vanessa Silabos, during a league match. The shocking incident happened in the second half of the clash between Real Aliza Catorilla and Deportivo Quique. The drama unfolded into the 66th minute when Bolivar, already off the pitch, was shown a red card. Before the referee could finally raise the card, he confronted her and struck her across the face, sparking chaos on the pitch. Referee Silabos reacted angrily and had to be restrained, while teammates and officials rushed to defuse the situation. The video has since gone viral, drawing widespread condemnation. Colombia football authorities have now reviewing the case, with Bolivar expected to face a lengthy suspension. Our calls grow for harsher punishment against violence in football, especially towards female officials. Bolivar later issued a public apology on Instagram, insisting he did not intend to hit the referee, but admitted his actions were disrespectful and offensive. They pledged to learn from the incident and avoid repeating such behavior. Well, on that apologetic note, we come to the end of the news on Atlantic TV. You know, you can follow us on our different social media platforms, and if you have any news, you can drop them, and we'll be more than happy to have them. Well, I still remain Michael Gobadia. God bless you. Have a nice day.